Chapter 6. The psychological consequence of the archetype. And this is precisely why people with a strong Taurus influence often experience this dynamic in their own lives. Not because they were born to be exploited, but because they symbolically carry an energy associated with support and stability. They often become a reference point, a source of grounding, a pillar of strength, a safe place for others. When they fail to establish healthy boundaries, they may feel as though they are carrying burdens that do not belong to them. Chapter 7. The Great Lesson of Taurus. What does Taurus represent in the structure of reality? The true function of the Taurus archetype in the manifestation of life. Most people believe Taurus represents nothing more than stability, money, comfort, or stubbornness. But what if these traits are merely the surface of something far older? What if Taurus is not just a zodiac sign? What if Taurus is a fundamental principle of reality itself? This video is not about Taurus individuals. It is about a much deeper question. What does Taurus represent in the structure of existence? By the end of this analysis, you will understand why this archetype is associated with matter, value, the sustenance of life, and why so many people who embody this energy often experience certain recurring psychological patterns. Chapter 1. From Impulse to Matter. Aries represents the first impulse, the initial spark, the birth of force. But impulse alone builds nothing. Every energy requires a vessel. Every force requires a form. It is precisely at this point that Taurus emerges. Taurus represents the condensation of energy into substance, the transformation of potential into tangible reality. Chapter 2. The First Temple of Existence. Before there was wealth, before there was civilization, before there was culture, there had to be support. The Taurus archetype represents everything that allows life to continue. The body, fertile soil, food, resources, stability, organized matter. Chapter 3. The Great Paradox of Taurus. Everything that sustains life will inevitably be used. The earth is used. Water is used. Food is used. Resources are used. Matter exists to serve as the foundation for life's manifestation. Here we encounter the great mystery of Taurus. Whatever possesses value becomes indispensable, and whatever becomes indispensable is constantly sought after. Chapter 4. The Bull and the Archetype of Fertility. The symbolism of the bull in agriculture, the animal that pulls the plow, the preparation of the soil, the fertility of the earth, the transformation of chaos into abundance. The bull does not symbolize submission. It symbolizes the power that makes life possible. Chapter 5. Why the world depends on Taurus. Every society depends on something that sustains its existence. Every structure depends on a foundation. Every economy depends on resources. Every life depends on matter. Taurus represents precisely this function. The function of sustaining, of preserving, of giving form, of maintaining. Chapter 6. The psychological consequence of the archetype. And this is precisely why people with a strong Taurus influence often experience this dynamic in their own lives. not because they were born to be exploited, but because they symbolically carry an energy associated with support and stability. They often become a reference point, a source of grounding, a pillar of strength, a safe place for others. When they fail to establish healthy boundaries, they may feel as though they are carrying burdens that do not belong to them. Chapter 7. The Great Lesson of Taurus. The purpose of this archetype is not sacrifice. Its purpose is the conscious creation of value. Fertile soil does not cease to be fertile because it produces fruit. Yet it must also be protected and preserved. In the same way, those who express Taurus energy must learn to balance availability with protection, generosity with boundaries, abundance with autonomy. So perhaps the question was never, who is Taurus? The real question is, what would reality be without that which sustains its existence? Perhaps this is the deepest function of Taurus, to be the principle that transforms energy into permanence, the principle that transforms potential into value, the principle that allows life to find a stable form through which it can exist.